Happy Father's Day, Sean. I get the sense that you don't like me reading on these videos, but too bad. It's my grandpa's tradition to read cards, so I'm gonna read it to you. Dad, I'd just like to say you're a great farter. Oops, I mean father. You're a real grassy fellow. Gassy fellow. Oops, I meant classy. No man alive has a bigger fart. Oops, I meant heart. I'd continue, but it's only gonna get worse. Happy Father's Day. Oops, I meant Father's Day. See what I mean? Happy Father's Day. I love you. Allie, Marcus, Abram. Hope you like that. It was pretty comical with beans throughout, which is my favorite food to put in my jarrito. Probably a story for another day. This is gonna be a pretty action-packed video, so I gotta keep it moving along. So Nicole and I saw episode 2 of season 5 of The Chosen, and it was awesome. I'd say my favorite part was Jesus telling Peter that he would deny him 3 times before the rooster crows. Obviously, Peter was pretty upset by that. I pray that I'm done denying Jesus, and if it does happen again, I pray that I am forgiven. And then, as we're on the Chosen topic, my church is doing a Bible study on The Chosen, so that's pretty neat. And we watched episode 1, season 1, this morning during Bible study in between church services, and it was just really neat to see Pastor Carr's, what he liked about it, what he didn't like about it, about that episode specifically. And I really enjoyed that, and hearing specifically from him, because obviously there's a lot of opinions out there on The Chosen. And then from that episode is Luke 18, and I will be putting verses 9 through 14 in the comments and in the description, but the lines that really stand out to me and that I want to touch on from verse 13. This is Jesus talking, but the tax collector stood at a distance. He would not even look up to heaven, but beat his breast and said, God, have mercy on me, a sinner. And that line right there at the end, it's one of my favorite lines in church that we say pretty much every service. There's always a version of it. Sometimes it's that exact line. And it used to be one of my least favorite parts of church, such to the point that I wouldn't even say it. I was such a sinner that I didn't even think I was a sinner. You and I have come quite a long ways, John, in the recent years, and it's crazy to think that that was once the case. Of course, I am a sinner, and I am not afraid to admit that anymore and repent and, try to be a better man for God. And I just want to admit that publicly, because there was a time that I was either too afraid or so oblivious that I just didn't want to see it or hear it. And it goes on in verse 14, I tell you, this man rather than the other went home justified before God. For all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. So here's to humbling ourselves before God does for us, because He will, brother. He has many times, and so here's to humbling ourselves. Love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.